Good afternoon, everyone. Yes. Oh, it shifted around. I hope that didn't happen to the next slides. We go from the one Belgian pride chocolate to the next being beer, indeed. But no time for drinks yet. I'll talk about the packaging that those beers come in. Mainly the Interpool project, which we are starting now. I'm talking to you from Fair Resource Foundation, maybe a bit of an odd organization in this crowd, an environmental NGO. We are based in the Netherlands, but work mainly on Belgium and the Netherlands, with this project even beyond those borders. We focus on optimizing resource use in order to reduce waste and pollution, and we mainly do that through policy. Policy is also the main reason, and it's a name that has been going around this whole day, the PPWR. So policy is one of the reasons that we started this project, and with the idea of PPWR compliance. There are a lot of targets, a lot of measures coming up, and those are approaching fast. And with this project, we aim to meet those targets. Policy is not the only reason. There's also reasons of cost reduction and supply chain stability, because what we've seen is, amongst other things, but because of also geopolitical situation, I don't need to inform you, it's not only recent, but also what's happening with the war in Ukraine, for example. It has been affecting our supply chains. It has affected glass prices. They've gone up. They've been fluctuating, but in the past years, they've sometimes doubled, but on average they increased 25%. Another reason that contributes to high cost is the energy cost that's needed for the furnaces to produce glass, but also to recycle glass. And another challenge is the fragmented system and the logistics chain. Glass reuse is a solution there because by having a local supply chain, you not only have that stability, you also have the stability in pricing. Additionally, you also have financial incentives like the green dot fee that's not there for reusable packaging, and tax advantages like the lower excise duties for reusable packaging. All of this and many other factors contribute to the opportunity that this is and has been proven with beer bottles, for example, to be a successful business case, but it can be beyond beer bottles. So I hope these numbers and figures help for the figuratively coin to drop with all of you that this could be an interesting solution. Not only from a business perspective, but also for the consumer. So, for example, one of our partners is Fost Plus, as has been also talking earlier today. In their environmental barometer from 2024, we could see that the majority of consumers would choose reuse. They do have some restraints. They consider hygiene and other parameters important. But there is where comes in glass, because reusable glass has a lot of interesting characteristics. Glass is an inert material that's durable, it has perfect cleanability, and a lot of other interesting features, as that is, for example, PFAS-free. Of course, it also has downsides, and you can imagine the weight, for example, being one of them. But there again, local supply chains with, for example, bulk transport and bottling locally offer solutions to also tackle the heavyweight in transport. Because bottles, the system has already been around, and they've shown that bottles can be reused up to 50 times. And when looking at even only 20 cycles, we already see that there's a CO2 emission reduction of 80%. So that's very interesting if you have CO2 targets. So what is our goal with the Interpool project? Don't worry, our goal is not to be the international packaging police. We just want, within Belgium, Germany, France, and the Netherlands, to facilitate the international interruptible, nice buzzword, has also been going around, but an interruptible system for reusable glass packaging system, and also the secondary packaging, think about crates that they come in. We'll do this project for the coming 3 years, so we just started. And we will identify barriers on 4 different levels. We'll look at the operational side, we'll look at the logistics side, organizational, but also at policy level. Yes. One of the main aspects is that we want to facilitate knowledge sharing. As was already introduced, I mean, the beer bottle is nothing new, so reusable packaging in that sense is nothing new, but it is new, or certain aspects are new for neighboring countries, for example, France, who have a crate system, for example. So we have interesting knowledge to share from a Belgian perspective, not only from what's tried and true, what we've been doing for decades, with our beer, but also, for example, innovations like the six-pack. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a very interesting innovation, Belgian-based. So we're not only exporting beer, but also good innovations. And what we want to do with this project is learn from each other, because we want to avoid to reinvent the wheel and share knowledge, not only share ours with our neighboring countries, but also the other way around. How are we going to do this? We made a project plan, and that has 3 work packages in it. The first one focuses on policy. I mean, the name, as I said, has been going around, PPWR, but there are also local legislations. And what we've noticed from our talks with producers is that, for example, the tax system that's different in different countries can be a big barrier of upscaling reuse. So we're going to identify those. We're going to look at the policy on local levels and international, and we already started with that analysis as we speak. We will also make an overview of the reuse systems that are already there and other aspects within our current supply chain that are relevant. So, for example, take-back mechanisms. We don't want to introduce new ones. We want to see what's already there and make sure that the systems are better interoperable and thus easier to scale. The basis of that overview of the reusable systems that are already there will be used for work package 2 on implementation. So we don't want to make another paper dragon. We really want to test this in practice. So there an opportunity for all of you comes in, because we want to test simultaneously in all of those 4 countries, which is, yes, a big project, but it's also an interesting opportunity to test in those 4 market spaces simultaneously. So that is what we will do in work package 2. After identifying the barriers, we'll tackle them. Last but not least, we'll also do capacity building, because we cannot do this alone. We will put up a stakeholder network. If you're interested, there'll be a QR code at the end. I know, not an original. You have QR codes all around, but keep an eye out. And we will also provide reuse courses, and we will involve the consumer as well, because it's important to get them involved in the circular economy, because we need them to close the chain, let's say. We're not doing this alone, so I'm talking now from Fair Resource Foundation. We're the project lead, but we have a lot of important stakeholders involved in all of the 4 countries and some European players as well. Maybe known to you, I mean, of course, Fost Plus, they also spoke, but also the Reuse Lab at the University of Antwerp, they are involved. But we also have the producer organizations from the other countries, for example. We also have a list of associated partners, not only in Belgium, France, the Netherlands, and Germany, but also some Luxembourg partners, and GS1, of course, the gracious host of today, but also producer organization Valorlux. Who are we missing in this list is you. So please scan the code and reach out. Can just be to get informed or to really actively be participating, which I would encourage. Also feel free to email me. And then I would like to thank all of you. I hope this was a crystal clear explanation, and I hope to invite you within the project.